Okay, so today we are doing David Bowie and The Man Who Sold the World. Now, I have heard this song from Nirvana. Obviously, their version was very big from their unplugged version on MTV. But anyway, I have not heard this version. This was requested quite a while ago, and I've never really listened to David Bowie too much. So this is going to be something new. Anyway, I'm very curious to see what his version is like. If you can hear rain outside or, thundering and all that, it's a little bit of a storm going on, but anyway, let's just go.
We passed up on the stair. We spoke of was and when, although I wasn't there. He said I was his friend,
I like the organ.
which came as some surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago.
Maracas?
Oh no, not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home. I searched for foreign land. For years and years I roamed. I gazed a gazeless stare at all the millions here. We must have died alone a long, long time ago. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
Okay, so The Man Who Sold the World by David Bowie. So that song, that was an experience with headphones on. I got the full experience with that. I really liked pretty much all of the instrumentation there. The drums near like the halfway to the end came in, and I really liked the drumming on that, the rhythm and all that. And like I said, I think it was an organ or something. I can see the personnel here, I guess, on Genius.com. But yeah, it was just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of instruments to my ears, and it is an organ. So yeah, I really like that. It was like a church kind of sound. I'm not really into church, but I just like that sound. And so yeah, just the credits written by David Bowie on vocals, Mick Ronson on backing vocals, acoustic guitar David Bowie, lead guitar Mick Ronson, organ Mick Ronson, bass Tony Visconti, drums Mick Woodmansey. Uh, Gyro was Mick Woodmansey, woodblock Mick Woodmansey, maracas. I knew there's maracas in there. Mick Woodmansey. There's so much instruments in here, and that's it there actually. And it says here it's been covered by many people. Nirvana. It says, as I said, and yeah, it's just, I mean, and I can see why. It's just so much going on. It's just so much to appeal to a person, I guess. It's very appealing to the ears. It's like an eargasm, basically. So anyway, with the about on Genius.com, it says The Man Who Sold the World is the 8th track of the 1970 David Bowie album by the same name. When asked about the song, Bowie commented, "I guess I wrote it because there was a part of myself," I feel like I said that in a southern accent. "There was a part of myself that I was looking for. Maybe now that I feel more comfortable with the way that I live my life and my mental state, in my spiritual state, whatever. Maybe I feel there's some kind of unity now. That song for me always exemplified kind of how you feel when you're young, when you know that there's a piece of yourself." Oh, hold on, we got a pop up. When there's a piece of yourself. There we go. Where was I? When there's a piece of yourself that you haven't really put together yet. You have this great searching, this great need to find out who you really are. And this is, yeah, it was most famously covered by Nirvana, again, in 1993. So, going up to the song here, looking at some annotations. So with the first verse, "We passed upon the stair, we spoke of was and when. Although I wasn't there, he said I was his friend." So it says, in writing the song, Bowie was inspired by the poem Antigonish, about a ghost roaming a haunted house. So yeah, he put that into the song, so that's a nice little thing to know. And then it says, "Which came as some surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago." And it says, from annotation for the previous lines, we know that this song is based upon a poem. Though in the context of the song, it appears that he is speaking to his inner counterpart he thought was long lost. In these lines, Bowie could be shocked to be speaking to the spirit from the poem as he had been dead for a long time. Or he could be talking to his counterpart, a part of him which he had metaphorically died a long time ago, and is shocked to see this part of himself again. So we're getting a little deep here. Then we have the chorus, "Oh no, not me, I never lost control, you're face to face," and then we have the annotation here. "This is a man's, stranger's, friend's, whatever, reply to I thought you died alone." He's explaining to Bowie that he's still alive and kicking. Then he goes on about how he never lost control. Really reminds me of Joy Division. How could he possibly? After all, he's the man who sold the world, and the man who sold the moon is about a businessman who was determined to personally reach and control the moon. Okay, so then we have with the man who sold the world. Bowie got his inspiration for the title of the song from the 1949 science fiction novel by Robert Heinlein, entitled "The Man Who Sold the Moon," like I said before, and described what that means. Then we have the second verse. "I laughed and shook his hand and made my way back home." The narrator shakes the hand of his former self, laughing in admiration at the way the rebel in him used to act. He loves how blunt he once was, and views this man he thought had died with nostalgia. "I searched for form and land. For years and years I roamed." Essentially, after disregarding his old self, he continued touring and living his life as he is, and was now, later realizing that he has lost something in his journey. So this stranger coming back, he's making you question yourself. "So I gazed a gazeless stare at all the millions here. We must have died alone a long, long time ago." The main character of the song is realizing that he has lost himself and is now in a gazeless stare. However, this self-reflection also gave him insight and made him realize that everyone is going through the same journey to find a lost part of themselves. Now, ain't that the truth? And then we have the chorus once again. "Who knows, not me, we never lost control." This line suggests that Bowie is feeling like he's losing control and has alienated this part of himself and left it to die. And it also, with the "We Never Lost Control," in this line, it changes from "I never lost control" to "We lost control," or "We never lost control," implying that the protagonist and the man who sold the world were the same person. With the man who sold the world, we never lost control. With the man who sold the world. So that's the ending of it. And there's no more annotations. So anyway, hopefully I didn't stutter through that too much. My throat is dry. But anyway, yeah, and I see this has a lot of views on this Genius page, which I can see why. And yeah, like I said, I haven't really gotten into Bowie too much. When he passed away in 2016, I kind of just started getting into him actually like a week before, because obviously he was coming out with new music just before he died. But also his birthday, I think, yeah, his birthday is January 8th, which is the same birthday as Robbie Krieger, the guitarist of the Doors. So I know that they shared birthdays, and I saw a lot about him on that day. And then on the 10th he died, and I was like, holy crap. But yeah, so I am curious to see more about David Bowie, to hear songs that I have not yet, and because I know a lot of, like, you know, the casual songs that a lot of people hear from David Bowie on the radio and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm curious to see what else is out there. So anyway, thanks for the request. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate the support, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. And sorry for the rain as well. It's coming down hard. Okay.